All right, I got a pretty juicy one here. This is something that I've been working on recently with a business partner of mine, and it's actually a really interesting subject. So I thought I would share like a full breakdown of essentially what it looks like. I'm not going to tell you like what we're offering, the product or anything like that, but it's a digital product service, and we offer a low ticket offer on the front end with order bumps, upsells, and then they can book a call, and we can offer our high ticket service. So this is something that we've been working on recently, and what people don't really understand is being able to spend money on ads to then book a call, to then close a call. You're having such long lead times because, well, let's say for example you spend $100. It's $100 per cost per booked call. So you spend $1,000, you get 10 calls, you get a 50% show rate, 5 people show up. It's essentially costing you $200 to get people onto your calls. And then you get, let's say, a 20% close rate. So you close one out of those 5 or whatever, right? So you've spent $1,000 to close one person, and that's taken a span of, let's say, 2 weeks to close that person. So you've spent $1,000, you got 10 calls, you've closed one of those, and let's say your high ticket's like $3,000. So you've made $2,000, and it's taken you a while to liquidate that ad spend back so you can then spend on more money. And typically the way that goes is you'd go run an ad to your offer for your high ticket, and you'd get someone to book a call on your funnel. Maybe there's like a VSL or something there, and then someone would book your call, get on, and then you'd sell them something. But what we have been doing is something called an SLO, or a self-liquidating offer. And essentially what that means is we're spending money, and within the first 24 hours, we're liquidating at least 50 to 80% of that ad spend back to put back into ads so that we can get people on our booked calls. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run you through essentially the first week. So as you can see here, Monday, the 1st of December to the 7th, it's the 9th today. I've input a bit of data, but we're still spending throughout the day. I just like to track it throughout the day. But essentially this is the first full week of December, and you can see our ad spend here. This is all in US dollars. So just to keep everything cohesive, it's all in US dollars. And essentially this sheet is just all our ad spend, our conversion rates, how many people are purchasing, what our purchases look like, the percentages, and essentially our P&L at the end. So if you go across here, you can see each day how much money we're making or losing in that sense, which is fine. And I'll explain that later in the video. And you can see our offers here. So we have our front end offer, our order bumps, our upsell 1, downsell. We haven't got those in place yet, but we're going to add our upsell 2 downsells as well. So if they don't purchase the upsell 1, they can get downsold to something else. And if they want upsell 2 or don't want it, they either purchase that. And then if they don't, they get put to the upsell downsell. And that hasn't been done yet. So we're still figuring out that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to simplify this and make it as easy as possible to understand. But essentially each one of these, and I'll explain. So you'll spend, that's pretty self-explanatory. That's how much we're spending on Facebook daily to get people onto our landing page. So we're getting 45 people with a CPM of $67. And CPM, M is the Roman numeral for 1,000. So cost per 1,000 people, essentially. And then out of those 1,000 people, 45 are going onto the website, onto the landing page, and then 11 of those are going onto the checkout page. So they'll click, yes, I want to buy this product. So they scroll through our funnel, there's like a click, and then they can go through to the checkout page where they can then purchase their product. And that out of those 11 people, 2 people purchase the front end offer, which is our $27 front end, again, like what I showed over here. So what we're actually advertising is a $27 product. So they will go through and see this $27 product on the ad, and they'll go, oh, that's pretty enticing. It's a good offer, normally this price or whatever it is. And they'll click on the ad and it will take them to our funnel. So we had 2 people purchase that $27 product. Out of those 2 people, one of them bought the order bump. So on that checkout page, we have order bumps, which essentially are just one-click upsells that all they do is they click tick, yes, I want this, and it just adds to your AOV, which is your average order value of your customer. So let's say you spend, for example, these guys spend $27, and we want them to obviously spend more money with us, we are giving additional products in that checkout page, which are 13, 17, and 27, I believe. 13, 7, yes, 13, 17, and 27. And all they do is there's like a little description, tells you about the product and how much value it's adding. And it's a quick impulsive click and boom, it's added. That's all they have to do. Then they go down, add their card details and done. So it increases your AOV, or your average order value. And then we had 0 order bump 2, 0 on 3, 0 upsells. But then we had one purchase of the upsell 2, which is our $197 one. So think we've got someone to go through from a $27 product to purchase the order bump, if it was this exact person, I can't remember if it was this person, and then buy a $197 product. So what happens here now is we have all of our conversions, and also, again, to our then high ticket close a call sort of sequence, we have one person booked the call. So they've gone through this whole $27 funnel where it's gone $27 order bump, order bump, order bump. Then they've gone checkout. After they've checked out and they've paid for that, they then get upsell 1. And then if they say no to that, they get upsell 2. And they can purchase all these products, and our full funnel value is like $381. So if someone purchased every single item throughout our funnel, we make $381. So think, if we have a CAC, or a cost per acquiring a customer of, as you can see here, $44. So we spend $44. Someone potentially could spend $381 with us. Now that's an insane ROI, or in this case ROAS, which is return on ad spend. So anyway, I'll backtrack a little bit. And so you can see our conversion rates from people going from the landing page, which is at like our front end funnel, to then clicking, yes, I want this product, and going to the checkout page. And then out of those 24%, 18% of those people are clicking from the checkout page to actually buying. And so that total from people that land on the page to purchasing our front end product was 4%. 50%, obviously, because we had 2 buyers, and then one of those people bought order bump 1. So that's 50% of our front end purchases are buying the order bump 1. We didn't have any of these. And then we had one of those people buy the upsell 2, so that's 50%. And then that person, or one of those people, booked a call to get on call with us to see how further we could help them. So our cost per call was really $89. So we spent $89 to get someone to book a call, but in that $89 we spent with the Facebook ads, we made back $174 because we had 2 front end purchases, which equated to $54. One of those order bumps, 13, and then that upsell of 197. So we had 4 total complete purchases of like each of our products. So 4 products were sold for a total of $264. And our return on ad spend, so your ROAS is essentially your total, what is it? It's your total, it's just here, AL3. Yeah, so it's this total divided by how much you spent, and then that gives you your return on ad spend. So for every dollar, essentially what the ROAS means, for every dollar you spend, I would get $2.95 back. So we'd be profiting $1.95 essentially. And obviously you can see here our P&L says that we profited $174, which is our total minus our ad spend for the day. So we made, where is it? 264 minus 89. That gives us our profit of 174. And based on how people have purchased, average order value. So every time we're getting someone on our page, on average, they're spending this much money. Obviously, if we've only had 2 people on the page, that AOV is going to stay quite high, especially if someone's purchased a lump sum of products. Then we have our CAC, which is our cost per acquiring a customer. So $44 to get one person on our website. And think about it like this: if you spend $44, statistically speaking, we're going to get one person on our website, and on average, they're going to spend $132. So we're making some good money. And then our earning per click. So essentially, every time someone clicks throughout however many people we got on the website, divided by the amount we've sold, we're earning this much money. Sorry, how much money divided by how many people on the website. So this is our performance on the front end. And then on the back end, we have our high ticket sale where we get on a call and we offer them like a done for you service, which can be anywhere from 3 to 5K, from 10 to 15K. And essentially we could go ahead then and add in here. So for, let's say the 1st of December, it might not be that specific call, but from, let's say the previous month, we had someone book in a call and they booked in for the 1st of December. On that call, I closed him and that was a $10,000 high ticket close. And then that adds into here our true P&L, our true ROAS, because obviously we spent a certain amount of money and then they close. So that's sort of like our return on aspect. We can work this differently though. I think we're going to do like a total amount because obviously we didn't for this day return 114 times ROAS. But anyway, so that adds in there. And then also our true P&L with our performance front end and our high ticket on the back end. So that's pretty much it on that sense. And what we do is we do this I fill this out every day just to manually enter, because Facebook sometimes doesn't understand everything that happens. So I try to manually input it to make sure that there's no any fault essentially. And yeah, down the bottom, it adds up for each of the days. And then we also have a year summary, which takes from each month. So we started running this in November, and I can show you down here. So we started on the November 19th and we were messing around, and we actually were not profitable for a couple of days. And because of this, I actually was like, oh, we're not getting anything. And we didn't have a book a call section here yet. So I was like, oh, we're essentially just losing money. So I turned it off. And then when it was turned off, we actually made a sale from someone that clicked on the website on one of the previous days, but then decided to go back to the page later to purchase. So I put that in there anyway, but we didn't actually spend any money on that day. What day was that? I think the 24th. Yeah. So we profited max for that day. So essentially this covered all our ad spend here, which is obviously fine. But I then left it for 2 days and I didn't turn these ads back on. And then from the 27th to the 30th, and then continuing all the way through to today, we've been running this ad, or these ads, sorry. And yeah, so again, we lost some money here, made some money here. We had a really good day here, I'm pretty sure. What happened here? Yeah, we had 2 front end, one purchase on each of the order bumps, 2 upsell ones, which is the $97. So we had 100% conversion. So everyone that bought on the front end ended up buying the upsell one. So they spent $97 on this as well. And then from that 50%, so one of those 2 front ends bought the upsell 2, which is $197 US. And then out of that, we had 2 people. So the 2 people that bought from us, they ended up booking a call. So we had 100% book a call rate then as well, which is really cool. So we actually then down here get sort of like a total for the month. So as you can see, our average. So our front end didn't look too good. Like 2% is not crazy. You should be getting around like a 4%. Our order bumps though, really nice. Obviously we didn't have many purchases like in total, so it looks a lot higher than what it is. Like statistically speaking, it is this, but if we were to have say like 1,000 customers or purchase or something, hoping that it is like this is pretty unrealistic, but regardless. And then we had a 66% book a call rate. But yeah, so for that month, we ended up profiting, or for however many days this was, we ended up profiting to $542, which is good because we spent $488 on ads. We made a total sale of $1,031, and we obviously profited $542, which is a 2.11 ROAS. So for every dollar we spent, we got $2.11 back. So we'd profit that $1.11, which is really nice. It's actually good for and why I say this as well, why this is really good. If you're trying to get people to close and on like your high ticket stuff, and like I was saying at the start of this video, if you get people onto your book a call and you're not doing any of this self-liquidating stuff on the front end where you can potentially make back your money from your ad spend, you're just spending money for people to get on a call. Well, we're doing the exact same thing. We're getting people on a call, but we're making money. So like, if you think of it, Facebook is paying, or people are paying us, and we're paying Facebook to book calls. Like it's absolutely outrageous. So I don't think this is the normal for us. We're what me and my business partner do individually, we're very good at. So this isn't normal. Normally you should be liquidating at least 50 to 80% of your ad spend. So if this is a 0.8 ROAS, so let's say you spend $100 and you make $80 back, you're losing $20. If you lose $20 and you book a call, you're still doing better than if you just spend $100 and people are booking a call. So this in itself is still a better product and a way of selling a service than just selling your high ticket service without making any money on the front end. To me, it just seems silly. So for the year summary all up, as you can see, the total we've spent on average, our CPM, and your CPM, like it depends on what market you're in. For us, it's like how can I say, like $63 is quite high. For example, I spoke to someone recently. He is working for a subsidiary of X, and they run ads on X, and I think their CPM can be like $5. So it depends what industry you're in. But again, we had 824 people on our landing page over these. I forget how many days is it. So it was like 8 days here or something. Sorry, that's December. Let's have a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4 days of actual ad spend. This was $9. This was what was just left over in our ad account. So that's 8 days, and then we're 9 days in now. So this is a total of 17 days. So in 17 days, we've had 824 people on our website, and 186 of those have gone to the checkout page. So we're looking at like a 3.52% front end purchase, which is better than, like I said, on that first month we had 2%. So you can see here, and now we're at 4.3%. So we actually changed a little bit of the structure of the funnel, and we saw an improvement. So 4.32%, like I said, 4% is like a pretty good benchmark. That's from total amount of landing page views to actually purchasing to here. So that's actually quite nice. So on average, and then again, our averages of like, so these are total front end purchases, order bumps, our upsells. Like look at that, like almost the same amount of people have bought the upsell too. And look how much that just adds in value to the amount of money. Like, so for example, if we didn't have, so our front end total that we've made in December is $621, which is like pretty good. Like it's still a lot of money, but we've spent 1,324. So we'd be at like a 4.8 ROAS or something like that. So we'd actually be losing 58 cents every time we spend $1. So we'd be making back 48 cents or whatever. But then we've added our order bumps, which here, order bump 1, 2, and 3. If we sum these, it's $438. So we've added $438 to this front end just because we added 3 little order bumps to that checkout page. So it's the buyer psychology is absolutely crazy. And then again, because we've introduced an upsell, we added another $873. And the upsell too is crazy. We like pretty much outdid, we outdid all of our front end and all 3 order bumps just in the upsell 2 section. So that added over double. Oh, no, sorry, not double. What is it? Order bump 3, that's 1,000. No, sorry, it's added 1.5 times what our front end and 3 order bumps are doing. So that's the crazy thing, is like making sure that you have a funnel that has such value in it, in the sense of, like, for example, our funnel is $381 in total. And that has been able to, like, us to process 63 total purchases of each of our products and $3,508 sold, like made in revenue. And with what we've spent, we've been able to profit $2,000 in these 9 days. Or obviously I said 7 days, but there's these 2 days here that are in here now, and they've made a little bit of money. But like, look at these big days here. Even 400 for this day, 600 for this day, 600 for this. Like, our overall true P&L, we're at a 2.65 ROAS, which is absolutely silly. So, and we haven't closed a call yet. But again, that shows that if you're running a VSL, And our funnel is literally just going straight from add, VSL, book a call, confirmation. You're spending a shit ton of money. We've spent in total 1,812 to not close one high ticket yet. But because we've added these front end offers, order bumps, and upsells for digital products, and again, I don't even know if I've mentioned this, they're infinitely scalable. You don't need to store them. You don't need a warehouse. You don't need to purchase. There's no cost of goods. So this like 2,700 profit is genuine profit. Like we don't have to spend that money on elsewhere. So it's not like, for example, an e-com business where they have then the cost of goods. They've got to pay the supplier. They've got storage space. They've got staff. All this kind of stuff in the back end. So they're looking at maybe like on good 20 to 30% net profit margins. This is like all profit. The only expense is our ad spend. I mean, we have like our software expense and whatnot, and the time building the digital products out. But in the essence of things, like it's nothing. So this here is crazy. So a 2.6 ROAS on a digital product is absolutely insane to then getting high ticket close. So we're actually making money in the meantime of waiting for people to book on our calls, to get on our calls, to then sell them on our high ticket stuff. And obviously, like for example, if for the month we close 2 high tickets at 5K and that becomes 10K, I mean, look, that adds like it's ridiculous. Like that would be our P&L for these 18 days or 17 days that we've been running this. So yeah, this is what we've been doing. It's really interesting. I thought I would share just a little bit better. I'll make myself a little bit bigger actually. Let me go here and go medium. Yeah. So I thought I would just share like a little bit about what's been going on in the back end, because this stuff it's hard to understand initially, and it takes a lot of time to get a grasp on understanding funnels, buyer psychology, all these like small details. But once you understand it, it's actually a really simple process, and I genuinely believe like people can do this and make money. So this just goes to show like we built this within 7 days. My business partner, he came over from Sweden. He's an Australian guy. He came here to Dubai to hang out, and we thought, hey, let's do a project, let's build something out. And literally within 7 days we launched, and as you can see, it's gotten absolutely crazy. And as of right now, we're getting let me have a look. Where's December? Oh, let me make myself smaller again. There we go. Let me put myself there. We've been getting like 2 purchases a day on our front end, and I mean it's going up. It's the middle of the day at the moment, and we've already had 2. So there's no telling that this will probably go up to maybe 4 or 5 purchases today. And because of our conversion rate based on all of these, hopefully we should get some more of these. And yeah, I mean, just making money, hanging around. So it's definitely doable, but I thought I would just come on here and share with you guys a little update of what this looks like, what this funnel spreadsheet looks like, and how possible it is to make money online selling digital products and high ticket services if you understand it and do it right. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, because I'll probably post more of these. Maybe when the month's done, I'll do like a full month breakdown. But yeah, a little bit of free game, bit of sauce, and do with that which you please. So yeah, catch you later.